cast on however many. Estimate how much yarn you need to work the full row. In this case 20 stitches. You can do that by knitting across the row, tinking back, and then measuring how much yarn it took. Or you can go the wrap the needle with the yarn route, which is what I'm going to do. Each stitch is one route. Don't want it too tight, don't want it too loose. Too tight, there won't be enough yarn. Too loose, there'll be too much. But too much is better than too little. I'm tying a slip knot in it so I can find it again, and then I'm going to measure it against something. In this case, a knitting needle. So it's a little bit more than twice the length of my knitting needle. You should be able to remember that. Undo it. Time to work the first row. Okay, got this big loop. Push your work all the way over. Start working from the ball. Leave the loop. Okay, so got the yarn to the ball, got this big loop. Push it all the way back and work from the loop. In this case, I estimated a little bit too much, but not terribly. All it will do is elongate the last couple of stitches. So, again, the yarn is still in the wrong end if I want to start from this end. So, measure how much yarn I'm going to need. I have my handy dandy needle here. Here's my estimating marker. About that much. Again. Move everything over the other end. Again, working from the ball. Big loop again, push back, work the loop. Okay. Again, swatches should be bigger, considerably bigger, than the amount of stitches you want to measure because of distortion like this. But this uses a lot less yarn than swatching in the round. And is otherwise pretty nifty. If you're very exact, you won't have these extra large stitches in the back. And one thing to keep in mind when frogging, if you want to frog it, so you can't just pull on that stitch. You have to pull. If your last row was a loop, you have to pull on the loop, because the yarn to the ball will be going to the second to last row. So helps not to have a hairy yarn that wants to felt to itself also. There you have it. Swatching in the round with less waste.